output of energy being delivered, and how we can save in energy, and ultimately how we can save in production. Because if you save energy, obviously it will be saving in production also. So that concept needs to be developed and understood in all industries, and particularly in textile sector, which is suffering from various problems nowadays. Recently, there was a GST issue and all that. Fortunately, it has been covered. Recently, 12% GST has now again kept to 5% only. But there are many fluctuations like this in market, and the textile industries have to suffer a lot of time. So ultimately, it is better to analyze the energy using verification and monitoring tools. Particularly for electrical energy audit, we use power analyzers, and these power analyzers do record your instant consumption of energy in the form of voltage, current, power factor, and output power, and particularly percentage loading. And you can monitor it for your specific machine, which is in trouble or which is consuming more energy. That is also an option, and you can monitor it for your entire system also. So ultimately, this power analyzer in electrical sector is a good tool to analyze the energy consumption and to find out how the energy can be saved, or how if the output delivered by that particular electrical equipment is and rated power, if they are different, then there is a great opportunity of saving, which is that as such well known, variable frequency drive and all. But practically, the focus is not given on that. So ultimately, I would like to tell this: the energy audit definition is not just having a round or walkthrough audit. It is verification, monitoring, and analysis using various equipment like power analyzer in electrical sector. Then in boilers, we use flue gas analysis for boiler performance analysis and like that. So there are many equipment instruments needed for energy audit, and after that we analyze the entire data which is collected up as a result of energy audit, and after that analysis we submit a technical report that is about the energy audit. So need for energy audit is very simple to understand that there are three operating costs for in industry, of which energy, labor, and material are actually a major cost. There are many other costs that I agree, but these are the major costs: energy, labor, and material. Of which, if you think seriously, only energy is the cost which can be saved. It is very difficult to save on labor cost unless and until you go for major automation and all. And again, same thing is true for materials, raw materials, and all that. So ultimately, it is energy is the best sector to save the costs. So that is what is the need of energy audit, and it will help in identifying the areas where waste can occur and waste can be eliminated. In thermal sector, particularly, the efficiency is directly equal to 1 minus waste. So whatever waste is there, if you are able to eliminate, obviously you will get good efficiency, particularly in boiler. So ultimately, waste heat recovery devices or condensate heat recovery devices in thermal audit plays very important role. And actually, I would like to give a few hints as such. If in your textile industry, if you are using boiler, and if you just can increase the temperature of your feed water just by 6 degrees centigrade, in our energy audit sector, we 100% can assure you that you can save your 1% carry cost. So ultimately, there are such hints in energy audit sector, and I'm sure that no one is able to use feed water at more than at around 90 or 95 degrees centigrade. So ultimately, it is a great opportunity to increase the temperature of feed water by either using air preheater, economizer, either by using economizer or by collecting any hot water from the process and so on. So ultimately, that is the need of energy audit in case of thermal sector as well as in electrical sector. I already mentioned you about various things. Now, energy audit means I will again focus on COD benefits it must be known or may not be known, but COD is a very important tool for textile sector. The time of the day benefit. Actually, the time at which you consume energy plays very important role. Particularly if you consume the energy in the night time, which is off-peak zone for electricity consumption, in that time you can save a lot. Actually, MHI itself gives a subsidy of 1.50 rupees per unit, and around you spend 8 rupees per unit for electricity, of which in the night hours you can save 1.50 rupees, which is a major saving. So ultimately, this is a no-cost saving in our energy audit sector, where you can take the advantage of COD benefit. So ultimately, this COD benefit also needs to be understood. Again, I would like to focus on water quality, particularly if borewell water is used in textile industry, then it is very, very actually, I will say, unsafe for the boiler life, particularly for borewell water and many others. But textile industries do not work for measuring the TDS of that water also. Particularly, whatever kind of water is being used, if TDS is less than 100, then obviously boiler life is assured. But TDS, time to time periodically, TDS measurement plays very, very important role. Particularly in summer, when the groundwater level reduces, in that case, the TDS goes very high, and ultimately it causes huge damage to the heat transfer equipment like boiler and all. So ultimately, this needs to be given a very serious thought. And again, power factor also plays an important role, which is well known to all of you, because KVL billing has been started in textile industries also. But if you need more information, I will explain it afterwards. Now, what is the effect of going for energy audit? I have taken a case study of dyeing industry, fabric dyeing industry in Bhiwandi, where I have personally audited, and I could get the savings in various sectors. Like in power sector, the saving was this much KW, 3,44,000. In coal, 432 tons saving could be achieved if the energy saving options are implemented. That is very clear. And water could be saved 84 KL and 84,864 KL for year. And then solar saving, already I explained that it depends on the individual industry where how much rooftop area is available and all. So ultimately that is also one part. So these are the potential savings in these different sectors, which I already told you: power, coal, water, and solar. So or renewable, you can say. So these savings are possible, and overall review is that the average electricity consumed projected saving was this much, and the saving in electricity, the saving possible was 9.53%. So try to imagine if any textile industry is able to save 10% of electrical costs. So ultimately, this is result of energy audit. Then again, second thing is about the coal consumption. Coal saving possible was 10.28% in that case, and rooftop power generation is well known. But I can't generalize this, because rooftop power generation is dependent on the terrace area that is available. Now, financing the agencies for implementation of various energy saving options and schemes. These are the ESCO, then Tata Cleantech, Silvi Bank, ESL. Apart from specific textile financing agencies are there, which Matre sir is already trying to explain you in the next presentation and previous also. So I will not talk much about all this. Then, but ESCO is a word which we need to understand. ESCO is energy savings company, and where the in ESCO the importance is that the investment has not to be done, or no capex needs to be budgeted or in ESCO the third party financing is done, and the savings, once the savings are realized, then the owner or industry owner has to pay based on the savings. So it is a saving sharing of savings scheme. So ESCO is a different thing. ESCO schemes are very important, because here investment has not to be done. Investment is to be done after the savings are achieved. But it is a tri-party agreement. ESCO is a company like us who are energy auditors. The second party involved is financier like banks and all. And the third agency involved is the owner of the company. So it becomes a tri-party agreement, and accordingly the investments and all the risks are being taken by the energy auditors like us, and financiers on behalf of us provide the finance. And once the savings are realized, then only the industry owner has to pay and has to give his share. Not all savings he has to pay, again my way. So ultimately, sharing of savings scheme is nothing but ESCO. So this is what is the concept of ESCO. Already I told you it is a three-party agreement between ESCO contractor, financial institute, and company management. So energy savings company or energy auditing companies like us are rather do apply for ESCO company, and we create this tri-party agreement, and accordingly the sharing of savings can be achieved, and the investments can be managed. Now I want to talk on this important topic of water quality importance, because water quality is most unlooked sector, not only in textile, everywhere. Everywhere in HVAC sector also we observe that cooling towers keep on running, but no blowdown is given to the cooling tower. Same thing is applicable to boilers. The feed water as such, because of the water shortage in different areas and all that, it may not be applicable over here, but maybe or may not be. But the TDS of water needs to be specifically monitored, whatever is the condition. Because suppose if in ICHALKARANJI, if you are getting municipal water for our textile industry, in that case also, your TDS of water in the summer months obviously is supposed to increase. And if it increases, because water level obviously goes down in the summer time. So ultimately in that case, chances of scaling in boiler to increase. And that is why you do not get the required performance, or you do not get the required steam pressure, and you keep on searching the reason. But basic input of water quality is not proper. That we don't look at. So ultimately that is also part of energy audit. And poor water quality is a major reason of boiler failure. In general, boilers are supposed to have a life of more than 25 years if properly maintained. But in textile sector and in many other sectors also, the life of boiler in general is around 8 to 10 years. And this life expectancy keeps on dropping because of specifically water quality. Water quality is not looked into. So ultimately, already the sentence is important. Specifically, underground water has minerals like calcium and magnesium. Calcium and magnesium minerals are very crucial for water quality. If calcium and magnesium, that is, the water is very hard, obviously the water being very hard, it will cause scale in the boiler tube. Ultimately, again, phosphates and all other, and it all reduces effective surface area. And to avoid all this, water filtration system is necessary. Particularly, you all might be having water softeners and all that. But if not, then it is very necessary to have for boiler water quality improvement and enhancing the life of the boiler. And water treatment chemicals are also important for deaeration and all that. That is why here I have prepared a chart for various water filtration methods: softener, DM water, RO water, and UV filtration. UV filtration normally is applicable in our domestic application. We use UV filters at our home and all that. This is not a part of industrial use. But RO water is normally used in this drinking water application. Many households also use RO water, and particularly food industries also do use RO water. But the basic objective of RO water here mentioned is that if you are using borewell water, 90% of the TDS of the boiler feed water can be removed using RO system. So that is the importance of RO system. And so ultimately very hard water of say having hardness more than 500 or 600 can be very easily dropped down to 90%. That is the importance of RO water, and that can be RO plants are also available, but they are costly. But DM water plant is also a very important and nice solution, demineralized water, but it removes all the minerals. But again, people, particularly in various industrial sectors, do not prefer DM water because the cost of regeneration of DM plant using acids and alkali is found to be very high, and people do not afford to spend the running cost of acid and alkali. But the DM water plant is the best solution for water quality improvement. And water softener just only removes calcium and magnesium. It replaces calcium and magnesium from water, and it replaces the calcium and magnesium by sodium salt, because you regenerate softener by using our common salt. So ultimately, common salt is very easily available. So people find that softener is the best option for water treatment. Then for boilers, various water treatment chemicals are necessary, like corrosion inhibitor, alkali inhibitor, oxygen scavenger, and fluid conditioner. Corrosion inhibitor is very well known because of the scale formation and all that, corrosion should not occur. And then alkalinity should be proper. pH of the boiler feed water is normally alkaline, and that alkalinity needs to be maintained. And normally pH has to be checked, and it is very easy to check pH. I'll not talk much on pH. And oxygen scavenger is very important for boiler feed water quality, because the oxygen from rather oxide from the heat transfer equipment needs to be removed from water, so that the scale formation tendency gets reduced, because those oxides do not react with various minerals in water. And sludge needs to be conditioned. So ultimately, all these water treatment chemicals are also normally used in various boiler industries or various industries using boiler, and it is very important to use all these chemicals in order to protect the boiler from various problems, and in order to get maximum efficiency from the boiler. Now I will talk of the electricity cost. After water, I would like to talk about electricity. And I have got information that in ICHALKARANJI there are many power looms. So for the mostly, I believe that many of them are LT consumers, and for LT consumers this is the tariff. But I have mentioned the charges which are charged by MHI, and then in the second column I have mentioned net charges, because subsidy is there for textile sector. So I believe that the same subsidy is there in your electricity bill. If not that, you can check it and you can revert back or otherwise. So ultimately, these are the facilities available. But MSCTC expects you to pay 7 rupees plus demand charges per unit or per kVH, because nowadays kVH billing, but for LT industries it is kWH. But for LT industries also kVH billing is going to start in April 23. So ultimately, everyone has to be prepared, and everyone has to have this awareness that kWH and kVH should be almost all the same. Power factor should be around 0.99. If not, it should be at least more than 0.95. This you need to verify as you with your own electricity bill, and if it is not there, you need to work on it. It is very clear, because electricity charges every year are going to increase. Specifically, demand charges I will mention. Demand charges in 2012 were 175 rupees per kVA, but today it is 418 rupees mentioned in for textile sector. But as of today, for many other industries, it is 430 rupees per kVA, and every year they are increasing this demand charges. So it is very necessary to keep control on maximum demand in industries, particularly after when you start after the break and all that, what we call it as cold starting and all that. So ultimately, these demand charges are also going to be play very important role, and unessential equipment need not be switched on during the starting when power fails or many other incidents. So that is about demand charges. Billing charges, for which we cannot do much, but energy charges is a particular topic which we need to think. Energy charges, your KWS consumption, if it is reduced, ultimately your bill will be reduced, but it is all dependent on your process. And COD already I mentioned, time of the day. Time of the day depends on the peak hours and off-peak hours. Particularly industries, textile industries should not start their new batch in the evening time from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. as far as possible. Because evening time cost is very, very high. Evening time you have to pay 1 rupee 10 paise extra per unit. Because evening is a peak load time. That is what is the importance of COD. Then FAC is fuel adjustment charge. Presently they are not charging FAC. But as soon as this pandemic situation will be over, they will charge very huge FAC. 2 years back it was 27 paise per kWh, per kVH now, but now it will be more than 60 paise, I believe, because petroleum costs are increasing. Already we are paying double cost for coal. So and the coal itself generates electricity. So this is how the cost is going to double. That is very sure. So ultimately electricity costs are going to rise, and you have to meet the customer requirements also. So it is very important to maintain unity power factor. That is very, very important as far as energy consumption is concerned. Again, electricity duty is based on the consumption of KWH and all that, where there is no charge of tax on sale is also same thing. But I will try to summarize that 6 rupees 93 paise is the charge of MHI, but including but subsidy presently that is being given to textile sector is around 4 rupees 55 paise per unit. So ultimately it is 2 rupees 68 paise plus demand charges. This is what the net charge. So ultimately it is around 3 rupees or 3 rupees 25 paise per unit. You can check about yourself. If your unit is bought weaving unit, the charges may be much higher, around 7 to 8 rupees per kVH. And if you have got kVH billing, obviously it must be more than 9 rupees also, but subsidies might be reducing it. So you need to have a detailed study of electricity bill. That focus needs to be maintained everywhere. That is very, very important. Okay, so this is again I was trying to talk about the automation of capacitor bank for unity power factor, which is very, very important. That is power factor has to approach to 0.99, and for this purpose capacitor banks need to be automated. I have observed that in many textile industries the capacitors are manual, and many people claim that we are getting good power factor, but without automation, if you are having kVH billing, it is very, very difficult to achieve 0.99 power factor. And all industries are going to get covered with kVH billing very soon. So if capacitors are manual, I would suggest all textile industry users to go for a APFC panel, automatic power factor correction control panel. So that is also much important. Now I will just brief about energy efficient air compressors. It is normally observed that in textile industries, reciprocating air compressors are being still used, but for energy efficiency, screw compressors are quite helpful as far as energy saving is concerned. And particularly, you need to work out in our energy language that energy consumption of compressor in terms of kW per 100 CFM. And I will like to mention that if you are able to measure the power drawn by your air compressor by assuming certain power factor and so on, in that case, ideally you should be able to achieve 16 kilowatt per 100 CFM, which you can track, or otherwise we energy auditors are there to help you, obviously. But 16 kilowatt per 100 CFM is the benchmark specific energy consumption for air compressor, which needs to be achieved. And if it is not getting achieved, obviously you need to replace, or you need to give a second thought how you can improve the compressor performance. Rather, you can reduce air leakages if it is true and all that. That leakage test and the FAD test, all that you can conduct, or you can take our help and all. So that is about the energy efficient air compressors. For air compressors, you might not be aware but hardly 10% power, input power, goes to the point of use. 90% power gets wasted in air compressor. It is a general experience mentioned in energy audit book. It is not my personal view. Energy audit books mention that maximum 10 to 15% compressed air power gets effectively used to the use point. The rest of the power goes to waste. Now, obviously, your question will be how 90% goes to waste. But the waste, to your surprise, is only due to the one is unessential use. That is, we use compressed air for many different unwanted uses. So it is the waste which we can obviously control. And second waste, thing that gets that is responsible for such a low efficiency is due to the leakage losses. And so leakage losses can be controlled, and there should be close monitoring of leakages. And for this purpose, you should conduct a pre-air delivery test, FAD test for air compressors, or otherwise, whenever the plant is not running and compressor is not being used, in that case, you can check where the leakages are there, and you can arrest all such leakages so that your compressor can perform efficiently, and your this waste power can be arrested or can be used effectively. Now, electricity charges, I already have mentioned, and this is just a brief summary of all that. So I will not talk on this. I will talk about energy efficient motors, particularly for dyeing machines as well as for various other stator machines and all that. Because particularly in fabric dyeing, stator machines do consume very huge power. For one stator which I have observed, there are more than 12 motors, 6 on this side, 6 on that side. And all these motors consume very huge power. And so for all such stator machines and all that, it is better to go for energy efficient motors in that case, because that will save various losses. Because standard motors, Crompton motors, or whichever motors we normally use from market, whatever standard motors we use, they have got maximum efficiency of 85 to 90%, but maximum 80 to 85%, I say. But energy efficient motors have got efficiency of around 95%, 90 to 95%. So ultimately, a bandwidth of 3 to 10% efficiency improvement is easily possible by going for energy efficient motors. And unfortunately, in industry, everywhere, whenever the motor gets burnt or something, it is a general practice to send it for rewinding, which is a very, unfortunately, very worst practice. Particularly in such cases where the motors run for all 24 hours. In that case, the payback period for your motor cannot be more than 4 to 5 months, because you are continuously running the motor. So obviously there is no question of losing the cost, or there is no question of having higher payback period. And that is why rewind is particularly a very bad practice that is being followed. Because in rewinding, the entire performance depends on the proper gauge used by the rewinder and so many things. So ultimately, and even it is practically being observed that no one takes trouble to check even no load current of the motor before and after winding. At least if that is maintained, then at least that is confirmed. If no load current remains same, then at least the winding quality is good. But we keep on trusting. We say that and like that. But ultimately, what we are the users. If we rather take the step of going for energy efficient motors, then ultimately there is no question of getting the motor burnt and all that, and your performance improvement by at around 3 to 10% is possible. So that is how here this chart is there. This shows that there is a high efficiency motor and standard motors comparison, where the efficiency bandwidth is from 3 to 10%. Now the last topic of my discussion is recycling of effluent water, which is a very sensitive topic. Everywhere in our state and country, everywhere by and large, we are always worried about the pollution control board people, MPCB, in Maharashtra state. because we feel that they are trying to put us in trouble and they are trying to make us they are trying to put us into very huge budgeted costs and all that. But actually speaking, whatever water goes out of your industry, obviously no one other than you are responsible. So ultimately in that case, I have specified that ZLD is a target of pollution control board. And the very important thing is that whatever water you process, if that water is by any chance consumed by any of the living organism in the ecosystem as a whole, it can be plant, it can be animal or whatever. So in that case, it is obvious that that particular plant or that particular animal will never ever survive because of the color of your water in textile industry. So ultimately, it is very necessary to treat the effluent water, and it is necessary to control COD and BOD. Certain chemicals and technologies have been developed for 100% color removal, which I can rather help you for that. Then COD BOD removal needs aerobic ATP with bacteria, which needs space and capital investment, and that is the major constraint for small scale textile industry. So ultimately, for this also, there is a container type ATP concept in modern days have come out. The ATP people have come out with this concept of containerized ATP, which can solve this issue of space and all that. Combination of polyelectrolyte dosing with a color removal solution can help to remove the color and so heavy organic solids to settle. So that can be done. The best possible measures should be taken in order to avoid recycling, in order to avoid the water going to waste after the ETP, and in order to make it usable inside the industry and let us help pollution control boards to achieve ZLD, which is helpful for the entire environment, not for us, not for anyone. Because the water which we use, we will never drink. But the animals or birds or whoever are there in the ecosystem, they will not know whether to drink this water or not. And if they die, we are responsible for that. So that concept should be clear to us, and that is what I suggest. I'm sure that there will be CETP, Common Effluent Treatment Plant in ICHALKARANJI, and even in CETP also proper problem. There are many problems which I have understood or noticed, that CETP needs certain quality of water, particularly pH reduction and all that. But all such care is also not taken by industry, which is a very serious matter. So ultimately, we need to help the environment and we need to help the entire ecosystem by recycling the entire water inside the industry using this ZLD technology. So this is what the outcome of the conference, that as a result of energy audit, we can help you to reduce low cost options. Already I have told COD, leakage reduction in compressor and all. Medium cost option for process improvement like APMC and loss reduction. Then high cost options like CETP and all that which I have mentioned. And with all this, I am thankful to you all for patient listening of my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your presentation. May I now request our Deputy Director, SPD of Textiles, Professor Dr. UJ Patel, sir, to please offer the memento to our guest speaker as a token of love from ITAMMA. For the upbringing of one's country's economy and self-employment, we need constant demand development. So to flash upon new technologies being considered by Indian Textile Institute through Make in India from Atmanirbhar Bharat, I would like to request Madhve sir to please share his presentation with us.
We have discussed about the funds which are being available under the Ministry of Heavy Industry. And we have also seen that government is taking initiative for development of research and development under cluster. They are not giving funds for individuals. Tomorrow, suppose some individual person wants to develop some component, they will not give that. Because these all schemes are under cluster, where we want institute to come together, stakeholders to come together, and the association to come together and present the proposal to the Ministry of Heavy Industry. Even for MOT or Ministry of Textiles, you might have seen that top scheme has come, which was given to individuals. Now, what was that scheme? Technology Upgradation Fund. Was it Technology Upgradation Fund or purchase of technology? It was a purchase of technology. When the entrepreneur was going abroad and he was seeing the loom, I want this rapier loom, he was purchasing. That is a technology purchase fund. So it was not technology upgradation. When technology upgradation funds are there, or when you want to upgrade the technology, the manufacturer of the machine will upgrade the technology. The user will not upgrade the technology. The user will tell the manufacturer, I want this technology, do you have machines or components? I want to purchase. So these funds were there available for the user industry by Ministry of Textiles for purchasing the technology. And we have found many looms have come of shutterless category, but now we are finding it very difficult to maintain it. Why? Because the loom of 40 lakhs has come at 10 lakhs and 5 lakhs price under pre-owned condition, second-hand condition, under tough scheme. And they are requiring a part, what I rightly say about rapier loom, rapier head of 30,000 rupees, were not able to invest on that 30,000. So they went to China or some parts which are available at local manufacturers at 3,000 rupees. So in a loom of 40 lakhs worth, if we apply the 3,000 rupees part, will not sustain. Will it be able to sustain? The mismatching of the quality of the part have not allowed it to sustain its performance. And today, knowing this, the Ministry of Textiles has come forward to support the industry with what you call it as a adoption fund. We have only had a discussion, it still has to come on the surface, on the record, and I'm just giving you the outcome of the meeting which was held. So these funds are there by Ministry of Textiles, and now we have to think about a technology which can be taken under cluster also and individual also. So certain technology I have benchmarked. See, many of us have visited ITAMMA and many other exhibitions abroad. So certain technologies were displayed. Now let us see what is this technology about. It's an infrared spark detector, fire protection system in a textile mill. Now there was a textile mill and there was this system. Today fire is very important. We are knowing that if fire takes place, then there will be a complete damage to the textile mill. We can think about this system in our small scale industry also. This can be a new technology which can be adopted. Now you say, I want to develop. You will not have to develop this technology. It is already available and you have to manufacture at what you call it at your end, at a indigenous manufacturer. They can manufacture this technology. If they can manufacture this technology, it can be improved. So for development of the technology, we can apply for the fund, and installation of the technology, we can approach pollution, fire department. They can fund it. Insurance department can fund it. Now insurance is suppose insuring the mill for some lakhs of rupees, they can come forward and they can help you to install this by taking some part of investment. So this can be a new project which can thought about. And again, this is a reliable high-speed spark detector. Now, how we can, what is the system for this fire avoiding system? Spark detectors are there. We can develop spark detectors. These are available, imported spark detectors. Now, coming to another technology, we are aware about this technology of customizing the solution. Automation in the spinning industry, scanning of the winding industry, spindles, I mean packages, carrying of the cans in the can transport system. It can also be adopted indigenous. If suppose conventional spinning wheels are there, and this system can be adopted. So you can say transfer of technology, or you can say applied technology. Under this system, we can also work out. Again, this is the same roving bobbing transport system. We can work out this system. Can track system for weighing machine. Tracking of can, tracking of even what do you call it? Winding this packaging is also very important. When we want to track the can, where it is going, this is a system. Digital world is there today. They give a chip. Today in mobile also we are aware. If mobile is lost, you can trace out the mobile. So that system can also be used. And avoiding this, yeah. The mechatronic support for harmonized system. Now, this system, we can think about a state-of-the-art warehouse. We have seen warehouses, many of places, we don't find it automated. See, textile parks are coming everywhere. We can approach the government. We can tell them we can have a state-of-the-art warehouse under mechatronic support or mechanic automatic control warehouse. So this system can also be worked out, and a project can also be worked out for textile park. I think this many might have seen at Dornier Loom. They are having a one side ideal tension bar. Whenever loom is wanting to adjust the tension, these facilities are not available in conventional loom. On conventional loom, power loom, negative let-off, automatic loom, semi-positive let-off. So these controls, this simple bar can be adopted on the loom, if possible, to give a good surface on the cover of the fabric. New vacuum systems, we are all aware, and this might have, you might have come across piecing of robot system. There was no piecing in the spinning up till now, and this robot has developed and it was displayed. So we can think about such item in spinning industry. I have already discussed about the yarn packages. The chips have been provided on the packages. You know, many a times these colored yarn packages has to go on a proper place. Then only you will get a color mixing. Otherwise, if they are malfunction, so to control these packages, there are chips which are being inserted inside these packages, and we can control these chips, and we can control the package where it is going. Eco pulsar, I will. Then we can have vibration sensor. Many a time we get a lot of vibration on winding machine. You might have seen the bones are jumping. So there are sensors which can help you to know how much is the vibration and able to control it. If it is beyond, that sensor can tell you this vibration is beyond it. So this can be developed, and this can be submitted as a project for funding. Ceramic cutter. Cutters are coming, ceramic, we are all aware about ceramic material, which is always used. It is next to hard silicone. So many technical textile yarns and fibers, where they move, this ceramic is used because ceramic doesn't have a cut. This again the same used. Loom cooler. You might have not seen loom cooler up till now. There are loom coolers also to bring down the heat of the loom. The loop is disseminating lot of heat. So loop coolers can be worked out. We can develop small loop coolers, apply it and bring down the energy. If we are able to bring down the energy of the loop, I mean the cooling of the loop and reducing the heat, after all, it is a save of energy. We can submit this project to PCRA because PCRA, whenever you are reducing and conserving energy, PCRA funds the project. So if you want to manufacture a loop cooler, you can go to Ministry of Heavy Industry, you can go to PCRA also for funding. Yeah, this type of loop, I think many people have come to know about this at ITMA. We might have seen in hospital, there is ICU department. What is that ICU department? Where the patient is critical, we keep it in ICU department and monitor it. And so other patients will not come in contact with it. In the same way, this room is in ICU department. Why I say in ICU department? Because that cabin is developed for that room, where the room you are working some extraordinary fiber, which should not come in contact with other fibers, and to preserve their effectiveness and compactness of the fibers in the loop, on the loop itself, and avoid the contamination. This cabin is being developed. And same type of cabin can be developed for running like what do you call it, lycra, or you may not say lycra, or bulletproof fiber, cavalry fiber, cavalry weaving if you want to do bulletproof jacket or glass fiber. This cabin can be converted and developed for that. This is what we are seeing today. You have come across a technology where in knitting technology, Karl Mayer has come, Mayer and C, where all this garment has been manufactured right from knitting garment, from spinning. So spinning to garment. That technology was developed displayed in ITMA 10 years back. And last ITMA we saw the garment is manufactured on the loom itself. I have collected few garments also, the t-shirts and all on the loom itself. So you are going fast, you are cutting edge technology. You are not having in between technology after the fabric. You are going for garmenting. It is through jacquard weaving. You can get the product on the loom. The same you might have gone. You can go behind where double cloth was woven on the loom. I was there in NTC Mill once at Big Vijay Textile. I think Mr. H.R. Palke was a very good consultant or good person from ICHALKARANJI-INDIA 2-3 years back. He was the head in this Big Vijay Textile, and he was running that double crop on a power loom. And with the adjustment in dropping, so that also is very important because you have a small width loom and you are weaving a double crop. So if you want a wider width crop, you can move on that loom with that technology. So that technology is also very much known that. Needleless tucking in. You want tucking in, many times you have needles and they rupture the fabric, rupture the yarn. This tucking in is needleless, can be used, can be worked on. You can adopt this technology. When we say some few minutes back in my first presentation, we have to develop some machines which are user friendly. When we say user friendly, you have to think about the ergonomics. If a person is working now, I will be so much comfortable. If this mic is not proper, then I will bend and I will find it difficult to make up. In the same way, the person is attending the loom. You should prepare the height of the loom and the metallurgy and the designing or the ergonomics, you say ergonomics in such a way so the person who is attending the machine or loom is comfortable. Here also you can see the passage of the yarn, the passage of the fabric is also very important, whereby it makes ease of running this machine. Powder break has come. This technology is also very important. Many a times in dyeing you find flakes are slipping. Why they are slipping? Because the atmosphere is moisture is there in the atmosphere. Moisture goes in the break and the break slips. So this powder break has come. You can adopt this powder break. This can be developed and it can be developed under the scheme as a in-house development, and we can produce it to sell it to siding manufacturer. This project can be taken with a stakeholder as a machine manufacturer. This I am coming from machine industry, manufacturing. I can rope in some machine manufacturer if you are willing to take the project. We have here beam cooling device. Again, this beam cooling is for siding machine. So here also, wherever there is a heat, you can cool it down and you can save the energy. Then what my colleague has said yesterday about energy saving motors, you can reduce load on ITAMMA up to 40%. So these motors are water cooling system is there on these motors. So such type of motors can also be developed and we can sell them. Smart energy consumption, lubrication. We have seen in lubrication how the lubrication development has taken place. Topic of lubrication, then lubrication, what do you call it, compact reservoirs, lubrication vessels, and then we have seen on latest Dornier room, what do you call it, filtering of the lubrication. You just put so much amount of lubricant, and they come go to the part, they come again, they filter, again reuse. So this technology is also there for lubrication. This is the testing and letting you know what is the problem of the fabric on the loom itself. Many a times we are not able to inspect the defect and it goes down, and then we have to go in the defect analysis department or the batching system and we have to catch out of the defect, and then we lose lot of fabric under rejection. So this system is already been displayed, used up QR, which can have a red signal on the fabric itself. If the fabric has a defect, and you can come in. Designed for high performance dropping. You know, topping all the oiling points are being removed and self lubricating bearings have been introduced. So self lubricating bearings can also be developed. This I am going for processing waterless smart dyeing, you know, and shipping this. Smart printing blankets are there to best for yarn processing. This technology, I'm very much fond of this technology. Mixed reality learning environment. Many in this corona situation, digital learning 3D model of wide loop using mixed reality technology is very important. Many a times you want to display something on the loop, you display it on the computer itself, it will be carried out. We project it on the microprocessor, but you can learn the loom by this reality learning environment technology. And this technology can be used for smart trading classes. We can name it as smart trading, and we can use this technology under project. Then contact spray technology is there. I don't want to go in deep. I will come to the important slide where Ministry of Textile is supporting. These are the spare parts, 24 spare parts, which are complete, which will be funded by Ministry of Textile for development at indigenous level. And this, the consumption or the purchase of these textile parts, a critical part, are higher. Imports are higher, and from that import they have responses like in weaving, AC drive, cams and cam-based components, then drives, multiple application. We can introduce all these drives, what we have discussed now under this. Then electronic control systems are there, jacquard, loading sensors, then loom control panel, microprocessor controller, needles, different types of needles, nozzles, PLC, and pressure food, sensors, even servo motors are there. Many servo motors are there. So these are the important components. Friends, when we have discussed with this Ministry of Textile, that many machine manufacturers in India are not having that infrastructure right from foundry to machine. Many of them are having vendors purchasing the components and assembling the machine. So if they don't get the state of the art component, whether the machine delivers will be state of the art. So components play a vital role, and so certain components which are difficult for the machine manufacturer to manufacture and which are being purchased for houses have been benchmarked, and I think this will help the machine manufacturers to deliver a state of the art machine where we were lacking, and this will help our. And this is all about the technology. We can also have 2, 3 technologies, recycling of the fiber, recycling of the yarn. Today, recycling machines are being manufactured. We can start here. We can have a war printing on the loom itself. On the loom, war is there and printing is done. Which is, if you go to the back, this technology of tie-dye, sari, it takes 3 months for tie-dye sari. It can be reduced in 1 day. So such technologies, few more technologies are like banana fiber manufacture. So there are many technologies. In fact, we can benchmark few technologies. We can start some projects, and I think that it will be a fruitful session. We come out with some table. So thank you very much. I again thank everyone for giving me an opportunity to come out with some presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I now request N.D. Bhanve, sir, Director General Technical of ITAMMA, to please take the charge of the session.
Thanks again, PKG and my colleagues and all you who have come all the way. As a protocol, we have to perform some. We would like to offer Mr. Professor Karovi is not here. I read. So meanwhile, some questions. No problem. In the meanwhile, we can have question answer session. Any queries are there? You can answer. You can ask. So, Rashtrapati sir is there.
Good evening, everybody. Question to Rashtrapati sir is, you have mentioned about no load current before and after rewinding. But generally, once the motor is burnt, how to take the no load current before rewinding?
Actually, in that case, you should have better.
That means it should be a regular practice. Oh, thank you.
Sir, you are told regarding Smart India and Smart India Hackathon or Make in India process. So we are having one student startup who has developed one product for the industry for the loom and got National Innovation Award of Ministry of Education, the funding of 10.5 lakhs to develop that product, and they have successfully developed that product and it is running in the market, and they are the what startup in this other. So I like to have 2 minutes to tell them what is the product, what the product they have developed. Tejas. So what the innovation is there? So this is Smart India Hackathon arranged by Ministry of Education, that is what AICT, to promote the student to the startup. Thank you so much, Manjunath sir, for giving us this opportunity. Actually, the product is retrotech one. It's designed for the Ministry of Small and the businesses who are engaged in small and medium-sized enterprises. Actually, we have designed a prototype which has been designed in consideration the problems who have been like the problems which has been faced by the viewers engaged in the small and medium enterprises. The problem statement was, sorry. Actually, the problem statement is the card panels, and we have been completely eliminated the card panels and has been replaced by the programmable logical controller. And we have represented our stall, that is theoretic stalls in the Azalika Amrit Mahotsav, and we got funding from Ministry of Education, which is been sponsored by Government of India, and we have the Ministry has given us funding of 1.5 lakh rupees, and we are very much thankful for the institute as well as for faculty who has been helped us throughout the journey. Thank you so much.
In short, you have changed the technology. You have shifted the microprocessor to digital. Actually, there are the card technology and completely change that technology. Along with that, there are also IoT guidance of things, and there are even additional features of IoT as well as digitalization of all this, so that the person which is sitting in the table can also have access to the weighing machines also. And there are again feasibility for the processing. The electric consumption has been drastically reduced, and there are feature of additional programming of up to 1 lakh per line. That is for it that we are doing. Okay, now you can do how can we apply for funding of startup? You can also apply for PCRA because reducing the electrical consumption for commercializing this project. For example, you are taking this project, the project cost is 10 lakh or 5 lakh. I am installing it, PCRA will give 1 lakh. If you go for 100 or 50, PCRA will give you funds for commercialization. They give funds for commercialization. When the project is conserving energy, whatever it is, electrical. And we have designed the financial proposal and on the same basis, they have funded us they have funded for the development of this, but the commercialization can be funded for definitely, because they are more cheap to marketing of things for prototype, and they are more market or prototype in various divisions as well as they are more going to take it from the industry. Along with that, also I would like to mention another thing that we also have our prototype model in of industry, and maybe more to Mexico, India, and they are also feedback from there, so that we can develop as early as possible on the same common gas basis currently, as well as we are also working on the retrofit area for the on MSN. So you will get a card of Karigar, and you will be given an opportunity to go free of that. Not existing or whatever. Okay. No question. We have one additional.
This may not be a question or something like that, but would like to start something like a training center in EdTech technology. In case if institute is able to register under this Ministry of Heavy Industries, and I think there is one scheme also that we investigate here as a training center can be started, something like that. So although we have so many agile doing machines in our institute, but a training center, nevertheless, it will have something like some cut models also, and then one working model, working machine, and then similar accessories and other parts also, including that, because it is a training center. So can we apply to have such a training center at our institute under the scheme as suggested under the Ministry of Heavy Industry? So this is just a question. ICHALKARANJI being a textile hub.
Many regions for orders and orders then your competitors are there. Even global customers.
Maybe high speed camera also will do. Yes.
We can develop something which can access and we can tell this is the detail. Some camera focus. We don't know. We see the results by air coming out or by noise. But I don't think there is a gadget which we can have some focus on gray light. And wickets can be seen in different lights. Something can be developed. So that can be a gadget for training the and
Yeah, maybe some gadget even further apart from training, even this can be used for some high quality research. And so in case if we are able to measure the quality of air and maybe aerodynamics, you can say, of a jet machine, maybe that would help and help to develop further technology in that thing, something like that.
Yeah, so you know the filtration method. What is the filtration method? Arrow,
Regarding RO, we are going to get a refuger water. So can you tell me something regarding that? What we can do of that refuger water?
Reset water.
Yeah.
RO reset water can be cycled for secondary application, depending on your sources. That is, it cannot be used again for the boiler, but it can be used in any other application. That reset water can be used for many secondary applications, like the toilet water, like say gardening or it may not be waste. That is not a waste. Many people think that RO is not used, but that it can be recycled for any secondary application, whichever is applicable.
In a process, can we be?
Yeah, in process also for washing and all that, you need not use very high, very low pH water. For washing applications.
Again, sir, cost may deposit onto the fabric.
That is why maybe any other secondary cleaning. Not related to your process quality. It can be done. Again, we are adding a lot of sauce. Instead of adding those sauce, we can adding some more. For dining, anyhow, we are using salt. Instead of adding salt, we can add this effect. But it depends. What is the salt content in that water? That is very animal. That is very more quick. Because there may be some unwanted process.
So this is your slide. I saw one related to machine tools. But this can be applied to what is called as common facility center, built for government manufacturing. Similar to machine tools, can we develop what is called as common facility center, wherein you can have very specialized machines you can say in that common facility center, and then that CSC need not have simple stitching machines. So in MHI tools, they do it like that. We have seen it in Aurangabad, like that. Whether in the similar lines, can we apply them to have CFC under this Ministry of Heavy Industry? I do not know exactly. Remotely we are thinking on that, but maybe if we go through the details of that on the website, and then further details we can have it from you also. So just remote thinking like that.
Really good question. Because machine tools always when you want to manufacture some garment machine, and for manufacturing that machine, whatever the machine tools are required, that's RPM. So but for garment machinery, you have to see because it may come under that integrated textile. But we will submit it. If on prima facie we will submit it, then let them ask us if they want elaboration something, then we can need to submit it. Because when battery technology was discussed at PhD college, I told them, why not we have a technology part, welding part. Then they said, yes, so they are having lots of welding technology. So we are trying to bring all those technology under welding part. That part will be inside only PhD. We don't have to get any space for any part. But it will be modified as a part and they will get transferred. So they can be further.
So again on the line to our director's discussion regarding that airjet training center, that is one aspect. And even so you are aware, as on today, 60% of the fabric is manufactured on the shuttle power loom. And also the shuttle power loom and as well as the power winding machines. So these are the, you can say, two machines. Still they are used in large number, but the technology adopted for these machines are very crude and conventional. And you are aware in the decentralized sector, there are many power loom foundries or the machine manufacturers or even power winding manufacturers are there. And they started their own activity without any, you can say, scientific training or machine designing. Just they are fabricating their machines. So can we give some thought even for bringing them together and creating some common facility center for developing even you can say the power winding machine or even conventional shuttle loom, because the power winding machine almost in every weaving unit, this is the machine. Even though it is a simple machine, but the technology they adopt very crude. And yeah, but definitely I think this is also another potential area we can give some thought.
Handloom technology, there is no technology. Yeah. So how they are surviving handloom? By giving a brand to the fabric, and that fabric brand is carrying out handloom technology. Today you want khadi. Khadi cannot be woven on power loom. So we have to develop power loom product as a brand. I will give you an example of dhoti at Madhavnagar. Madhavnagar was known for dhoti, and that dhoti was run on the power loom, and Madhavnagar was known for those power loom where dhoti was running. Now, what was there in that power loom? That it was having a tray of wooden. Whenever there is a pita, the slave was absorbing all the static energy or static electricity, and it was not transferring that static electricity on the fabric. It was very, very cheap, roti fabric. And that is why they were making roti. Other what a brand of roti for power. So we have to develop some brand. We have to develop something for this power to money power to सिवा किधर नहीं चलेगा. So power को automatic brand है. So power survive because of my knowledge, my experience. I'm very controlled. Otherwise, power cannot survive as technology is concerned. As handloom, there is no technology. So power, there is no technology. When you consider certain look like UTC technology, UTV technology, Simco technology, there is no technology as well as power. But power loom has got this technology by just giving a motor on the loom. So it becomes a power loom. Otherwise, there is no let off, there is no take off, it is automatic. But still, people are running this because people are having their energy and constant IQ that power सबको नहीं चलाने को आता. Certain आदमी ऐसा है. So we have to go in a reverse way. Because this was a very good point which we have discussed some years back. And I was at Madhavnagar. I have mentioned this during my one of the meetings. That people have survived the show of Madhavnagar roti. So we have to brand the power loom with special product. What I think. Otherwise, as far as technology, then we have to do something. Because see, I'm giving you this example in KMDI. They have started this loom development 4 years back. They got it from already. And today, they started with 450 RPM. That was a needed RPM. But today, you require 700 RPM and they have developed a loom of 450 today. Now the people want to so whenever you have to develop a loom, there are only two things. Either it has to run fast to give more production, or you give a good product. So good product only we can think over. Running it at higher speed is not at all possible, considering the what you call it, rigidness of the frame of the loom.
One of our inventor has developed a rapid kit for the plain power loom, and he has successfully brought this technology to the market. And in your Setu scheme, 50% subsidy is also there. But why this is not penetrating in the market? That we are not. So it is there. We are having all that.
I was thinking of that. He was sitting in the Ministry of Defense. This scheme was having this facility given. Now see, what are the two important things for the development of this scheme on this loom? It will not give speed of the loom. It will only give removal of fun winding department. It will remove the fun winding department. It will give a direct source. That is the one advantage. And second advantage, it will give some fabric because coal will run for 3.5 to 5 years before you can apply. While the fun is hardly, it's not at all 300 grams. So 300 grams का वेस्ट करता है और उनको रिप्लेस करता है. उसकी जगह पे 3.5 kg for coal is running. So these are the two advantages. You cannot run this loom at a higher speed because it cannot run. It is having a crank motor. It will run to provide a crank. It will increase the speed. So every year if you go on developing, it has to match with threading motion. It doesn't match. See, that is why if you see centralized machines, they have gone for cam motion and they have changed all the motors into servo motors because network cannot match with this speed. They run the network with different motors. So these all development, if you go on doing it, only attaching the repair thing is very good. You have reduced these two processes like one winding and you have increased the flow of the gas for more time. That only you can achieve and you will be satisfied. We will now thank our main person behind this program who has really helped us to making it successful. Professor Kadole sir, I thank him and as a token of love, would like to offer him a memento. He was on the surface and in the front of this seminar, who allowed us, who supported us, and who brought DKT as a valuable base to this seminar. Thank you. I'd like to start. Thank you. Again, for every event, there is a person behind the event who performed the event cannot be seen. We are having Dr. Lavate, Satish Lavate. So please, he has taken a lot of efforts on behalf of this association, Typo Association. And he is also associating DKT. I thank him very much and to helping us to success this seminar. We would like to offer him a token of love again.
Thank you, sir. The seminar was really interesting and surely upgrade our knowledge. I would request Dr. Satish Lavate, sir, Honorable Secretary of Textile Association of India, ICHALKARANJI, to please propose a vote of thanks.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Respected guests on the dais, Professor and Vijay Patel sir, colleagues. I'll not take much time as I do because delicious dinner is waiting outside, so that we have to enjoy that. But as a formality, we have to say thanks. So we know Matra sir since last 25 years. He is a part and parcel of DKT. So I'm not thanking for him, but the reason is he is today a brand ambassador of Ministry of Heavy Industries. And he has given a lot of information, facilities, the subsidies, and things available from the Ministry of Heavy Industries, and what are the possibilities available for the textile industry typically, and especially for textile machinery manufacturing sectors, and developments, and where you can go for a patenting or you can develop some new paths. So that he has given us details about that, and for that purpose, I must thank him. Sir, you can remember DKT for joint research, R&D, event management, and even academic part. All the things we are there for you, so we can work together, and definitely we can give a knowledge to the textile world, as well as we can do something new for the industry. And for that purpose, you have come all the way from Mumbai, and you can hear we are the 10th institute to be, and we are the last one. So definitely we will be thankful to you for that. And along with that, Ministry of Industry and Ministers. So second speaker was Dasputi sir. I'm not happy today because you have given only a tip of iceberg of information. Fact of the matter is, he is an auditor, I know. And I too as an auditor, I'm lead auditor in IS 9000, SA 8000, SA 9000, then as well as 2990. I know we should know the nook and corner of the industry as well as in that particular field. And definitely what happens, he has awareness information. He is not limited to only electrical engineering or electrical energy audit, but he is, know about the BOD, COD, generally all those things related to chemistry. Definitely, sir, our Gowda and team, Professor Gowda and team, who can take a help of Dasputi sir, and definitely they can make a knowledgeable students. Definitely. Similarly, our textile chemistry students also, textile faculty also can take a help of Dasputi sir, and definitely, sir, we wanted to have more interaction with you. So please, when you are coming down to Kolhapur, please come to us so that we can have some sessions with the students also, sir. Yes. Thank you, sir. I must thank to Kadole sir as well as Vijay Patel sir, who who have promoted me to as a chief coordinator for this event, and similarly he has trusted me that I could take this event smoothly. So for the DKT, I must be thankful to for this on this occasion. I must thankful to you all for a patient listening for more than 2 hours in the evening time where there's a COVID situation is calling to go for online, till then you are offline. So I must thankful to you also. There will be issues in near future too, because you have to come either online or offline, but you have to go along with this and you have to get knowledgeable ourselves. Mana, सख्त पारा है रातों का, there will be COVID, there will be other issues. माना सख्त पारा है रातों का, लेकिन यकीन मानो यही से निकलेगा काफिला चिरागों का. So definitely what happens, we'll find the alternatives, we'll find the ways, but we'll try to get knowledgeable and we'll try to share the information, and definitely we should not lose our heart, and we should continue like this, and we should have more interaction like this, and ITAMMA and DKT is there for you, and they'll have more sessions in near future, online, offline. Definitely we'll stay together and we'll get information one or other way. Thank you very much. I think session, I declare that session is over and we'll join for the dinner. Thank you.